And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Jump into Crypto, episode 1175. Today is Friday, December 8th, 2023, and I'm King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto every day, Monday through Friday, most days at 10ish. Today's top stories: most influential 2023, according to Coindesk here in the crypto space. Cointelegraph enters into a strategic collaboration with Chainlink Labs to support Web3 startups. El Salvador unveils Bitcoin Freedom Visa, but it's 10 times the cost of others. And Harvard scientist claims quantum computing breakthrough. So, yes, not a ton of stories, but we got some interesting ones. But first and foremost, of course, let's go ahead and take a quick look at these prices on the day. Bitcoin still looking alive and well. I mean, kind of going back to what Nayib Bukele said the other day. El Salvador's president, about all these articles that are written about El Salvador and all of a sudden buying Bitcoin and how they lost all their money. He's like, I want them to go back and write stories about how it's working, how we yielded a profit. I want these same publications to go back and talk about how they claim Bitcoin was dead 3 or 4 times over again. Because I mean, like literally everyone in media in 2018 said Bitcoin was dead. Okay, like everyone. So I want all those to go back and be like, you know what, we were like not only wrong, but like, you know what, Spencer Cornelius. Where are the Spencer Cornelius? Where are the CoffeeZillas at these moments? Like, where are these guys? Go super silent at these moments. Where are they? CoffeeZilla, Spencer Cornelius. Like, you all love to bash and thrash crypto whenever it's having a down day. Where are you at today? Or are you done grifting? Or is the monetization efforts aren't there when it's pumping? What's the deal here? Okay, prices on the day. We got Bitcoin coming in hot, $43,898. Folks, over this weekend, we probably Monday might be a $47,000 day, honestly. Ethereum's $2,370, up 4.24%. BNB at $235, up 1.96%. Ripple at 65 cents, up 3.23%. Solana at $73, up 13.85%. I mean, literally, very interesting there. Number 10, Avalanche, $28.15, up 6.81%. Fear and Greed Index is still at that 81. Trending tokens is GTO, Taboo Token, and I didn't catch that last one. Terra Classic, oh my goodness, that's trending. Recently added Catboy, Earn Network, and Duck DAO. Hey, listen, I love that crispy duck. Whenever I go out to eat at the restaurants that serve it, that is what I go after. So I'm with that duck DAO. Bitcoin dominance is at 52.8, Ethereum dominance at 17.4%. Today, of course, is a fucking Bitcoin Friday, so I will put the link in the chat. Like I said, it's not like a bunch of spicy news today, so might not be a lot of call-in activity because today the news was like blah to me. But feel free if you want to call in and talk some shit or swallow some spit. Do what you do. All right, top story of the day. Let's go ahead and talk about the most influential, at least according to Coindesk. Now, I want to start this off by saying, listen, Coindesk should not be calling anyone the most anything. Like, I'm surprised they're still even writing articles. I know they got sold out or whatever, or bought out. But I mean, listen, you'd say when you think of Coindesk, you think of the Genesis and the Barry Silberts and all these other people, and you look at what they've been doing lately. And it's like, aren't you guys getting sued by Gemini and stuff, and all this is going on? Like, who are you to tell me who's the most influential when literally one of your companies is going bankrupt and the other one just got sold and another part of it might go out of business? But these are the same people telling us who's the most influential. So I just wanted to point that out. That was hilarious in of itself. But hey, I'm not doing it, so someone has to do it. So let's go ahead and see what Coindesk thought about the most influential. And of course, before I do that, let me my quick shout outs. My bad. Shout out to Patrick Walter, 64 ECG, Miriam, Chloe Dior, Hyben, Wisdom Bars, Timothy Grisby, Cigar Indian, PFC Wells, Jake Fever. Called it, Ada up, LOL. DJs get lucky. It's over for normal folks. There it is. All right. Well, we got Bitcoin Chris early, live and direct. Bitcoin Chris, what's the deal? How you doing today?
Hey, what's poppin', King?
Man, I can't complain, man. It's another beautiful day, man. We about to get talking on these crypto stories. See who Cointelegraph is about to mislabel most influential. I can't wait to see. They should just have Gary Gensler up there. I mean, he run this thing at this point.
They definitely need to have Gary Gensler up there, bro. He the one. He the one.
What you got for us today?
Man, I'm just chilling. I'm in these coin calls and I'm in this coin trade. I'm actually using BingX. I think they just stopped serving the US. So if you guys are in the US, you got to use that VPN. Sign up for BingX. So I'm looking at 164 my coin calls on my coin trade, and it dipped a little bit, so I was able to add in. So I'm waiting for that. I think we're going to hit 50K this weekend. A lot of people say there's no volume on the weekends. Last weekend proved you guys wrong, because we went from 38 to 44 over the weekend. So I think that whole entire there's no volume on the weekends is out the door. Quaytar's buying, based on Max Kaiser's insight. We got a lot of bullish news on my show. I actually show a whale that's been buying 100 every couple of days, like buying 100 every couple hours throughout the day. He's buying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Bitcoin. So
Oh, wow.
people are just, it's going crazy right now. It's going crazy.
And like I said, usually every year, from December 1st to 10th, I wasn't even thinking of it this year because I had so much travel. I've been bouncing around, but usually December 1st through the 10th, we get a pump. And that's why I am actually counting this weekend, because that would fall into that range. I mean, that brings us out to Monday. So again, strong possibility we see 50K on Monday, or 48, something around there. And yeah, shout out to Reggie Milton. Say, I'm shocked my name is not on the list. I'm about to check it out right now, Reggie. Listen, a lot of people's names should be on that list. A lot of people's names should not be on that list. But we're definitely about to watch that. And of course, Bitcoin Chris, where can everybody catch you at?
It's youtube.com. I'll put it into the chat too. youtube.com/@ Bitcoin Chris. And on Twitter, it's at Chris Knight 407. I'll leave that in the chat below. But are you going to be in the Discord? I've been in the Discord trying to communicate, and nobody's really communicating.
I got you. This weekend, I'm definitely in this weekend. Like I said, I've been traveling the last 2 weeks, but definitely back in there this weekend. We're about to get that thing back rolling. I got you.
Yes, sir. Everybody, head over to swanbitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris. Get $10 free if you want it. Set up your auto DCA. You can do that on Cash App and Coinbase as well. But if you can get $10 free, might as well get it, right? Free money ain't never hurt anybody. With that being said, have a great Friday. Appreciate you having me on. And hopefully I can have my own little, maybe I can stream on the channel, dual stream on my channel.
Listen, all this is coming. The only thing is, people, like, at this point, it's just a lot I got to take on right now. I got y'all.
Help you, bro.
I can't ignore Hollywood, only because, listen, the checks that they give me are real. So I got to make sure these lights stay on and everything here. But I got it. I'm on it. If you ever see me disappear, you know it's OV. I'm not disappearing. I'm here. We're going to keep this channel rolling. Not only you, but Uncle Reno needs a show on here as well, because he has a great show. We got to bring over here as well, and a couple of others. Again, a couple of changes are going to be coming here in the new year, so I'm still working in the background. But much appreciated, Bitcoin Chris, as always.
Yeah, absolutely. See you guys later. Much love.
Yes, sir. Let's see. Wall Street pickers. You're not serious, Wall Street pickers. Say, if there was a war between Bitcoin and Ethereum, who would win based on merit, not hype? Off of merit, I would have to say Bitcoin, just off the strength of proof of work. Ethereum went proof of stake. Whoever has the most money has the nose. Bitcoin doesn't work like that. So I would just say Bitcoin off top, because it's still the most decentralized. It still has the ethos of what we came here for decentralization, becoming your own bank, using the technology. All these things you can still do with Bitcoin. Oh, and by the way, listen, I see a new one right now from Cigar India. You all had me laughing yesterday. I had to go back and look at some of these comments. I should have just did a whole 5. Get all your beard jokes out right now, okay? The funniest beard jokes I'll announce. Get them all out now. You all had some funny jokes on yesterday that I didn't scroll through and see. Cigar Indian said, yeah, when that beard disappeared, Keaton getting them commercial checks. You already know it. When that beard disappeared, hey, Saving Private Ryan in the face. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let me get to this most influential list. Keep me laughing in the comments. I'll say some funny beard ones if y'all see it. Look, I don't like it either, man. What's even crazy, I never even grew a beard until I was like 30 years old, until I was a man. So, of course, I couldn't have it in the military. And then I had a Marine college football coach, so he wasn't letting us grow beards either. I never had a beard until I was an adult in L.A. And yes, it feels different when it's gone now. All right, most influential. I just happened to scroll, and Gary Gensler actually was on that list. I didn't even go to him intentionally. I literally just scrolled down the middle. Coindesk is most influential 2023. I think right now they only have the top 10 out. This did come out, looks like November 3rd. I think it was updated on the 4th of December as well. Yeah, or the auctions on the 4th of December. It happened already. So yeah, Coindesk's most influential recognizes the people who, for the better and sometimes worse, define the year in digital assets and Web3. There are 10 top honorees who made an outsized impact, and 40 more people who are only a little less influential. For 10 of the entries, we asked select digital artists to create NFTs of the honorees. Oh, okay, they wanted to make some money. I got it. All right, so top 10, Casey Rodamore, his Ordinals theory allowing data inscription on Bitcoin. All right. I would agree with that. That was pretty big. I'm not sure if that's number one. Honestly, no one to me goes over Gary Gensler for number one. Like, he has single-handedly slowed down the adoption and innovation in this industry, not just here in the United States, but abroad as well. Like, I'm not seeing anyone else in the industry do that, have that kind of weight or power, but Gary Gensler as of now. I mean, he brought Binance to his heels, a citizen of another country, a business of another country. He brought to his heels. Like, this is what you do in wartime. So for me, no one above Gary Gensler, but I get the case for Ordinals, especially when you're talking long term. Okay, what Gary Gensler is affecting the market here in the short term. Bitcoin Ordinals, technically, if everything's done right in the next 50, 60 to 100 years, could be the biggest thing about Bitcoin. So with that being said, I do definitely get it. But this isn't for forever. This is for 2023, the biggest impact. And right now, that Ordinals, I mean, they just reached that $1 billion market cap, right? So, or at least one of the tokens. So they're not even like fooling the full force of what their capability is. To me, in 2040, that might be the number one. But right now, I got to go with Gary. But still, shout out to Casey on that one. Ryan Selkis, the Masari CEO, built a political fundraising machine for crypto that's ready to sway elections. I'm assuming that's safe. I didn't know he built that, but if that is the case, that is definitely a big tool to have. Jenny Johnson, the $1.33 trillion asset manager, was viewed as old-fashioned. Here, let me click on this one. What's going on here? What is this saying? Let's see. Oh, she's at the forefront of ETFs and stuff. The old school vibe is right there in Franklin. See, this is what I'm saying. All right, so she works for Franklin Templeton, it looks like, or whatever, or some institution that's trying to bring ETFs. Is that really most influential? Like, is that really most influential? You so if Biden were to say, hey, I like crypto, let's see what happens next, would he be the most influential? Like, he's already in the position. Like, this lady is already in. Just because Fidelity switched, like, all right, she was the CEO of Fidelity and they're going to do it. Like, I don't know. Like, you're not changing the market, you bring more capital to it. So this is where I think this thing keeps getting convoluted at when it comes to the money and the actual technology. And we're talking about the merits of stuff. I get it. This is a big deal for institutions to come in. It is a big deal for institutions to start talking ETF, but that isn't Bitcoin. That isn't crypto. ETF isn't Bitcoin and crypto. Fidelity and banking isn't Bitcoin and crypto. So I wholeheartedly actually disagree with that, at least in the top 10. Top 50, yes, but top 10, no. Like, come on. So are we, because if that's going to be the case, then BlackRock should be up there, Fidelity should be up there, Franklin Templeton should be up there. Like, that's already 3 of the top 10, only because they decided to pivot their business moves, but they didn't do anything in the actual market. That makes absolutely no sense to me. And once again, Coindesk, this is why your ass got sold. Like, this is perfect example, people. This isn't me being wrong or guessing. Coindesk got sold because they couldn't afford the bills anymore. Why? Because they're doing goofy shit like this, saying that because Fidelity and Franklin Templeton CEO pivoted, all of a sudden they're the top 10 in Bitcoin and crypto of the year. This is why your ass got sold. You literally have a crypto company and you don't have a thorough understanding of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Absolutely, I would say amazing, but it's incredulous. Like, you got sold, your Coindesk got sold, and then your actual business of Genesis and everything else went bankrupt. I wonder why. You don't know what you're fucking doing. You keep looking at money and getting confused with the way this thing works. And we're seeing that happen even here in their top 10 list. And it shows what happened with their company. They see dollars, they forget all about the market, about Bitcoin and crypto and the ethos and the technology, and they just think about the bottom line. And as we've seen, that did not work out for them long term. So yeah, I disagree with that. Again, top 50, yes. Top 10, hell to the no. How you gonna have a guy who created Bitcoin Ordinals right next to someone who's just a CEO who said, yeah, we just decided to get in the market today in 2023. We decided to get in the market late in 2023, and we're in the top 10 of the most influential people. Absolutely, like, just, I wouldn't even say hell, it's just shameful actually for them to even write that. This is literally, and again, this is why Coindesk isn't supported like that. You're spitting in the community's face. We were just talking about Reggie Middleton. Reggie Middleton getting the patent from the United States. Reggie Middleton winning, I guess, judgments against Coinbase and things of that matter. That's more influential than the CEO of a company coming into the space late saying, oh, okay, we're going to start buying Bitcoin in 2023. Like, come on. Like, Knock it off. Knock it off. This is crazy. Coindesk, I would say you should be ashamed of yourself, but who cares? You are already sold for this very nonsense right here. Hopefully you clean it. Not, can't wait to see you go bankrupt. Lido Dow. Lido has become a victim of his own success, attracting criticism as it's shared of staked Ethereum. I'm assuming that's what it's about to say. Let me see if I can find it. I'm not sure why they're not finishing them. But yeah, I already know. The criticism of Lido, of course, is hey, as the government starts picking and prying about decentralized applications, will the likes of Lido, which is still slightly centralized, be able to hold up, right? So that's why people are saying it's a victim of its own success. However, again, I would not top 10, top 50, yes, maybe, but not top 10. Lido is like, yeah, I'll give them top 50, not top 10 people. What they did wasn't super innovative. We already have DAOs, we already have different staking services and things like that. I get it. They allowed you to do different services, all that. I mean, I taught this in the class, so I fully understand Lido DAO and the power it had. I got off it when it got started getting those little rumblings and everything. I always get off platforms when they get public and the rumblings start happening because it's like, all right, it can go bad at any minute now. But I wouldn't put them at it like, honestly, if you were to put, and see, this is how you know the money's being paid. Like, it's some backhand shit going on. If Lido DAO was up here, then Polygon should have been in the top 10 a few years ago, and they weren't. And when Polygon Matic and they did their whole Aave version 2 or 3 popped out, they were killing the game. They did a great job, and that really should have been a most influential because that brought so many people over to crypto loans and things like that. So for them not to be on it, and then a couple years later you put a Lido DAO in there. All right, how much money did they pay you for the listing? Like, come on, knock it off. Knock it off. All right, Paulo Ardoino, the newly promoted CEO of Tether, is looking to diversify the firm's investments. No, once again, no. Top 50, maybe, but Tether's been doing what Tether's been doing since Tether's been doing it. You know what I mean? Like, again, nothing new or novel. I'm not understanding how that's top 10 either. Top 50, yes. Top 10, no. Jose Fernandez de Ponte, PayPal, no. Just because you joined the crypto game late and you have a big company does not rocket you to the #1 spot. That's like, so good point, people. This is what Coindesk has been about. If you notice, I don't really source too many articles from Coindesk because they are about this. But I mean, were they paid for these spots, or are they just trying to get sponsorships? Or were these their biggest sponsors throughout the year? Maybe that's it. I need to go back. I'm assuming these were their biggest sponsors throughout the year, and they're just trying to pay it for it. Because again, this is all the list would be if that's all it took. Next year, I guarantee you this, people, listen to them. Next year and the year after that, there are going to be so many banks and institutions flipping to cryptos, grifting over to crypto, trying to do everything Bitcoin and crypto related. Are we literally just going to fill the top 50 most influential lists up with banker at the banker at the banker at the venture capital fund at the venture capital fund at the banker, all because they decided to join the game super fucking late? They just happen to have money. Wow. That's, if that's the case, let them run the blockchain. Why do we need miners and all these people who are technically savvy, who actually know how to code? Let's just let the people with all the money run the entire market and see how that turns out. Like, oh, they're already doing it with the banking sector, and it's not growing great for everyone. So again, this is a slap in the face. Not only I think to like the people who've been putting in the work, but to the entire crypto community, because Coindesk is essentially saying you guys aren't smart enough to know who the top 10 influential people are. We're going to force feed them down your throat, and they're only going to be people coming from institutions late in the game. Hilarious. Gary Gensler, like, this is my point. PayPal didn't do more than Gary Gensler this year. Paulo didn't do more than Gary Gensler this year. Lido definitely didn't. I mean, Gary Gensler is about to shut Lido down. So how do you have Lido, the guy who has the power to shut it down? No, come on, though. So that's wrong. Jenny Johnson, I might give you that one again, only because of the amount of money, but still, I mean, that would be a never-ending list. Ryan Selkis, I would put him up there because building that political machine is the type of thing that could get Gary Gensler out of there. And then Case top 10, only because that dream is still so far from fruition. But I get why, because if you are looking long-term. Of course, Gary Gensler was next, though. No regulator or law enforcement official had as much influence on crypto this year or any other year the last 6 years. Okay, now understanding this. Brian Armstrong. How did they come up with this list? The reason for this, with CZ gone at Binance and SBF set for prison. Brian Armstrong is the biggest gun, which I'm going to assume is going to be like on the street or whatever. Like, yes, he is, but that like, let me go back. What is this list again? Presenting Coindesk's most influential of 2020. Okay, 50 people who defined the year in crypto. So you are like, I'm glad you got bought out. Like, this was a terrible job, like lazy at best. Did you get AI to do this, Coindesk? This might have been made by AI. He is considered most influential of 2023 because 2 of his competitors went down. What does that have to do with what they done or didn't do? So I wouldn't even like, would still put Brian Armstrong and Coinbase at the top 50, but it'll be toward the bottom, honestly. And that's only because they just came out with that link thing where you can send links to send and receive crypto. That's really like the most innovative thing they've done this year. So not quite sure why they're on this list. Actually, at the beginning of this year, if I remember correctly, or was it last year, they were trying to do lending and the SEC slapped them. Like, they weren't even innovating. They were being scared to move because of the government. Yet they're on this list. That was ridiculous. Again, Sam Altman, from ChatGPT to WorldCoin. Sam Altman changed everything in 2023. Actually, no, a crypto and Bitcoin based lists. ChatGPT. I'm not even understanding why all these crypto spaces are covering so much AI and ChatGPT stuff. Like, unless it has a utility token or something to go along with it. If it doesn't, that is not the same lane. All right, we're on the same highway, but we are not in the same lane at all. So the ChatGPT thing, I would say no, that shouldn't even put you on this list. And then WorldCoin did not have a great drop. Like, people are pushing back against that everywhere. You could say it's innovative, but is it top 10? Fuck no. Come on, man. Sam Altman, take your ass down to the 30s or 40s as well. It's not your fault. I know it's Coindesk who's just trying to get more sponsorship dollars. All right, number 10, we got there we go. I will actually give Brad Garlinghouse. Ripple CEO emerged triumphant this year in legal cases with big implications for crypto. Yes, he helped set precedent. And I would say Ripple actually helped pave the way for all this ETF talk. If Ripple would have lost, or if they would have just paid fines, and if they would have pulled a Binance bitch move and been like, I know we're super wealthy and we could fight this thing, but we're not going to because for whatever reason, I have no clue. I'm assuming mental weakness and no heart. But Brad Garlinghouse had both of those. So I'll give him that. He gets a little spicy at times. He talks crazy. He wants the multiple blockchains. I don't agree with him, but I'm not going to fault the guy for being a hard charger. That's all he's doing. He's trying to take this whole market over. You can't be mad at that. But he had the cojones to stand up to Gary Gensler, the SEC, the Department of Justice, the U.S. government as a whole, and say, no, I am not doing anything criminal or illegal. You all are wrong. I'm going to use my resources to fight this thing back. Shout out to Brad Garlinghouse. If anything, I would say top 3, top 5. Like, he set precedent. If he didn't keep fighting and win, there would be no talks to ETF right now. I'm telling you that now. Even if BlackRock showed up on the scene, still wouldn't be any talks. Why? Because they were already had shown, hey, we even got Ripple to settle with us, or Ripple lost in the courthouse. You think this is like the precedent will already been set? The fact that he kept fighting every year, and every year more precedent was set where judges were like, well, this isn't fair, or this isn't right, or it's like, I'm not picking sides, but you can't do this or whatever. That to me paved the way for everything that's happening now when it comes to institutions. So shout out to Brad Garlinghouse. You all know I don't do this often, but I am going to shout out Ripple CEO for staying in the driver's seat, for staying in the fight. To me, he's the reason why this market is even pumping right now. If it weren't for him right now, this market to me would still be in the low 20s, mid 20s, and we wouldn't be seeing any type of real price action until January or February as we lead up to the happening. But the fact that he won early, and then right after we start seeing other court cases start siding with that precedent being set already, to me, he paved the path. And Coindesk repays them by putting him number 10. Under who? Under a ChatGPT and Phil altcoin guy. Under a guy who hasn't done anything since he went public. Under a guy who literally just switched. I'm the CEO of PayPal and said, we're going to pivot to crypto. Under a guy who's been doing the same thing every year, again, Tether. Under one DAO of many. Under another wealthy company. Like, come on. This person was actually in the trenches, in the courthouses, in the courtrooms, putting his lawyers to work, trying to keep your business afloat at the same time of attempted hacks, a government trying to shut you down, of scaling going on. Like Ripple has had to face a lot. So shout out to that team again. You all will still be destroyed once CBDCs and country specific coins and bank coins come out. I still think that process has taken longer than what I thought. I thought CBDCs and bank coins would be out probably a couple years ago, to be honest. So that process is taking longer. So Ripple has been able to stay in the driver's seat, but I do think they'll die as soon as that happens. But until then, I'm all for them to go crazy, collect their money, and take over as much market space as they can. Let's see some notable mentions. I'm not going to go through all the 40 down here. I'll just kind of start shifting through. Refig, Anadol, digital artist, MakerDesk co-founder Rune Christensen. All right, see, here we go. Larry Fink, BlackRock. Like again, we could to make it fit the top influential institutions or bankers. That way you can put the Larry Finks and all over there, and that's one area. And then the Bitcoin and crypto market is another area. Because again, I get it. Larry Fink, Bitcoin ETF, it is bringing money into the space. It is not doing anything as far as like value, like true value of the market, right? Speculative value, yes, is bringing the dollars in the institutions. But what, like, was it an upgrade I don't know about? Was it a Bitcoin proposal? I didn't, a BIP that went through that I didn't know about? There was no upgrades. There were no forks. Nothing technically happened in the space. They just brought money. Like, to me, you shouldn't be at the top for just bringing money, because what's going to happen is eventually the person who brings the most money, people are going to say, well, we'll just leave you in charge of all of this. And once they're in charge, they'll realize themselves, as we already know, they don't know what to do from a technical standpoint. This absolutely makes no sense for this person to be. I would actually put like a speaker above. I would put BitBoy above Larry Fink. Honestly, I would put BitBoy above Larry Fink. Larry Fink brought money and everything, but BitBoy actually brought more of the community and enthusiasts to Bitcoin and crypto, the people who are there every day, and the same people who will actually be buying the ETFs from Larry Fink, right? So I don't know. To me, like, if all it takes is for you to already have a company that has a lot of money and just say, okay, we're going to do something with Bitcoin, and you just shoot up to the top of every metric of being like a crypto and Bitcoin market overlord, then we're doing something absolutely wrong here. I'm telling you that now. It's going to end badly. We've already seen it end badly. FTX had money, ended badly. Terra Luna had money, ended badly. BitConnect money, ended badly. Like, there's a theme here. Jordy by Bailina, one of Ethereum's biggest scalability layers. All right, scalability, I'm all for it. See, that's my point. How you gonna put Larry Fink above something that's happening technically on the blockchain? Larry Fink tried to get the United States, and the person under him created one of the biggest Ethereum scalability layers. Come on, man. Like, really, that is a slap in the face to so many people who have put in free time, work, and effort in this space. But again, Coindesk, that's why you literally got sold off, and half your company's going out of business because doing things like this blindly. I'm not even gonna go through the rest of them as I'm actually looking. Yeah, it's a lot of institutions. TradeFi firm, CEO. Let's see. There we go. We got a developer right here. Lisa Negat, developer. There we go. Chainlink should not be up there. Like, what did they do this year? Okay, what did they do this year? Come on. All right, we're done with this list. We did a top 10. We're done with this list. I get it. Coindesk is trying to make sure they got their friends and sponsors ready for next year. It's not a bad idea. I might need to start doing it myself. All right. So if you start seeing me come up with bullshit lists, just know, like, all right, y'all, this is King getting ready for 2024 here. Like, what are we doing here? I get it. That's literally all that list was to coerce egos, or excuse me, yeah, like massage egos, pats on the back, just so that in 2024, Coindesk can be like, hey, you remember that article we ran? Yeah. We would love a sponsorship this year so we can keep reading articles like that. Chloe Dior said, any folks of color on there? Hey, listen, it takes a few million, a few billion to get on that list. I don't know. They might have not checked on that one. End of 2025, $11.28 Ripple. But see, here's my deal. I'm not saying that's wrong. I can believe that. That doesn't mean they'll still be the powerhouse in the game, right? A couple of things. 2025, I'm assuming we're looking at 150, 160K Bitcoin easy. So if that's the price of Bitcoin, then $11 XRP makes perfect sense to me. But again, I always ask the question, would you have made more money in Bitcoin or Ripple, right? Depending on what you're doing. So that's the first thing. And off those numbers, it would probably be Ripple off the top of my head, actually. But yeah, so I mean, I'm not saying that price, and this is what I mean by value and price point. This is two different things right there. The price point can keep going up because the market's inflating. The United States is still printing dollars, and who knows, they do another stimulus package or whatever else where they're giving people free money, where milk and eggs start costing $15, but the crypto market's at 150K and everything else is imploded. Why? Because the US is printing money. So again, that doesn't change the actual value, it changes the price point. So if Ripple's $11.28 in 2025, but the United States has a fully developed Fed Reserve coin and CBDC this, and so does every other country, it won't matter. It won't. They could be $11.28 at the number 90 spot on Coin Market Cap. You know, not saying that's going to happen, but that's just my thoughts about it as well. PFC Well said we about to get our show today just because of this trash list. LOL. Exactly. I actually thought this was gonna be a short show, and then I started seeing that trash list. You're right. This is true. Oh man, you're hilarious. Let's see. Prospector said yes. Sham Boy has done more than Larry Fink. He actually has. That's what I'm like. The stream is spotty. Oh no, I'm is the stream spotty, folks? Let me know. I'm not seeing this spotty on my end, but if it is, that's unfortunate. Hopefully it's not that bad. Ripple's international move is what will keep them relevant. They are basically white labeling the tech stack for countries looking to do CBDCs. There's a website that tracks all the nations with one. Right. So they pivoted something like that to where they're like, hey, you can use Ripple, but our main strength is actually showing you how to do this yourself by using Ripple, and then you can recreate your own or whatever. I think they will stay alive. Like, I mean, Ripple as is, as it was originally intended to be. I think no. But yes, if they start to morph, change, develop into different things, then yeah, for sure. I mean, they have a great market share already, and they have the capital. To me, it's just about pivoting. Even if, honestly, if they do the same thing, but with only smaller countries, they can still win. All right, I will say that. Let's say they continue to be Ripple, but they're saying, you know what, we're only servicing the smallest 50 countries on the planet, the most unbanked, the most underdeveloped, those type of things. That could actually be a huge win for them, especially if you're talking about lack of regulatory oversight if you were to do that type of move. So that's fair. There's still a lot to be squoze, but again, that's all depending on if they do the right business move. Clearly, we look at Coindesk, they haven't been doing the right business moves, hence half their company being lost, going bankrupt, and the other half being sold off. They weren't doing the right business move. So it's not like it is like out of the realm of possibility that these people will drop the ball from their CEO and operations positions as well. But we shall see. Let's see. What else we have? The Ripple money on the back end is long and deep. The SEC know they can only fight for so long with a company that can foot lawyer bills, of course. What else we have? Brad should be no lower than third for 2023. For sure, for sure. All right. Garlinghouse should be higher up on this list. I agree as well. Hey, this is another one. Jake said XRP holders are getting faked out. When the Ripple company goes public, they will pivot to not use the XRP token again, LOL. And again, that is another pivot. Ripple could go public. I agree with you. If anything, they are actually set up to do it better than anyone when you're talking about their legal team and their compliance and some of the things they have going. They are set up to fill out a couple of forms on a Thursday and by Monday or Tuesday be announced a public whatever in the next 2 weeks. Like, I could see that happening. Don't think they will, only because Brad Garlinghouse, to me, doesn't seem like an individual that likes being told what to do. The way he's, shown himself on online and everything, like, hey, yeah, he one of them crypto boys. Like, he don't care. Brad Garlinghouse a real DJ, right? And he was like the third wealthiest or fifth wealthiest man on the planet for that split second. I don't see him going public to have a board of people telling him he has to make money this quarter and he has to do this. And if he doesn't do this and they won't like him, like, I don't know. That just hasn't fit with his personality unless he was doing it with the intention of like retiring. Like, I'll go public. I'll get my bag. I'll be the CEO until they fire me. And then I'll go about my happy way. I can see that, but I don't know. He seems a little too headstrong to want to go public. And why? I mean, hey, we mess with Ripple as far as it not being the future of crypto and the economy. But as far as it working and is doing its job in the short term, I always told people, Ripple is one of the first tokens I margin traded with. And like, Listen, I should have a Ripple tattoo on me by now. Okay, like they kept me alive. They kept me alive some years. All right, so it's not like bad. It's just me being objective, and objectively, I just don't see it happening. But again, these are all possibilities. Like I said, it depends on their business moves. Somebody says, where's Richard Hart on this list? Like, he got movies and everything coming out. He should be on it. All right, last couple of stories. El Salvador is in the news as they unveil Bitcoin Freedom Visa, but it's 10 times the cost of others. That's right. The same citizenship by investment in nearby Caribbean nations start at $100,000, and one EU country has a citizenship pathway for just over $800,000. Woo! El Salvador has launched a new citizenship by investment program that grants a residency visa and pathway citizenship for 1,000 people willing to sum up $1 million Bitcoin or tether investment in the country. The Central American country's price tag for citizenship, however, appears far more expensive than those neighboring Caribbean countries, which starts at $100,000. That's right. El Salvador's government and stablecoin issuer Tether announced the program on December 7th, dubbed the Adopting El Salvador Freedom Visa Program. It offers 1,000 citizenships to wealthy investors who pledge a $1 million in Bitcoin or USDT investment, starting with a $999 refundable deposit credit toward the goal. It will raise $1 billion El Salvador if all spots are filled, and is a significant income source for countries with similar programs, such as Vanuatu, they probably pronounced that wrong, which earns millions annually from citizenship by investment program. Alistair Milling, I heard of them, the founder of the crypto hedge fund Altana Digital Currency. El Salvador's offering is I can't talk today. I'm sorry. It's I can't talk today. Uncompetitive in the global market, and highlighted that citizenship in a European Union country could be purchased for less. So you can see here they're saying, frankly, uncompetitive in the global market. This is so disappointing. I noticed the article essentially called it a scam, but I get what El Salvador is doing. Whatever. They're trying to bolster the Bitcoin program in their country. And I am all for it if I am given some of them gangsters you put in prison. Hey, yeah, tell me I give you my $1 million. You give me I don't know, give me 1,000 police, 1,000 militia, 1,000 of them gang members you locked up. Give them to me to work for me or whatever while I'm in country, and this can work. All right, then that can work. But there's no way I'm just giving you $1 million just to move there. Do I still got to buy a house when I get there? Like, do I still have to like buy a car and buy food? Like, do I have to go? I give you the money and then I go and buy everything and live normal? No. I'll give you the $1 million, and I'm gonna need me like a couple of cars, gated community house, like 50 security guards off rip. Like, I'm gonna need that type of time. If that's the type of time we're talking about, then that's totally different. All right. That sounds like a solid package. If anything, you can sell that Visa as an NFT, and every NFT comes with 50 policemen and 30 gang members in a house or something. I don't know. But my point is, there's no way, no how I'm moving to El Salvador after giving you $1 million and starting from scratch. Like, knock it off. I'm hoping that's not what it is. I haven't done the deep dive on it yet. We'll visit Bitcoin Beach and call it a day, but that visa is crazy. Prospector is laughing, says, someone get them some water. That's actually what it is, right? I'll be needing to take a little water break sometimes, but I don't want to pause. I'll be on my roll, but I need to. I've seen other podcasts and stuff. People would like take a long little while. Look, I might bring for the longer ones, we do the 2-3 hour days. I'm gonna bring on the little break so we all can take a little 5-minute bathroom break. I've seen the podcast do that, play some music and walk off or whatever. Let's see. Let me check out the comments, see what we have. What are you all's thoughts on this? Let's see. Yes, track is hurling big gems. Honestly, I already know. Let's see. When you scroll your mouse, the audio skips and jumps. Oh no, I didn't know that. All right, I'll try to pause while I'm scrolling. God. Oh man, all these apps, man, it's unfortunate. Maybe I got too many tabs on them. I'll restart this next week. I saw a funny comment. Let's see. Cheapest way to get second citizenship is by ancestry. That can be proven with documents, about $100. Other way is marriage, but that comes with other issues depending on the country. All right. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 6, Bitcoin, welcome to El Salvador version. I like that one. Jake said, drink liquor, oils you up. Man, that's what I'm messed up for now, Jake. I was drinking liquor a couple of nights ago out in Wisconsin, some Jim Beam, And of course, with a bunch of military veterans of all types of different communities, and they do not play. I'm talking Marines, Navy, Special Forces. Oh man, they was trying to listen. The drinking was happening. I need a drinking break, man. I'm on a water break right now. PSC Wells, the U.S. officially allows you to have up to 3, but there are definitely people with more than 3. I'm assuming he's talking about visas and stuff. And no, I have not been using Bisc lately, so I cannot comment on it. But it might be something I need to check out. Was something going wrong with it? What's going on with Bisc lately? All right, last but not least, I'm not going to do a deep dive on this article. The headline is more of the news itself, and that is scientists claim quantum computing breakthrough, right? Let me actually find the team's results. Once reviewed, represent a significant milestone in quantum computing research. That is right. It looks like a team of researchers funded by the United States Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, also known as DARPA. Didn't they make the internet or something else? Or they Weather Machine? They might be Weather Machine. They the Weather Machine or I mean, shit, it might be Bitcoin too. They all there, right? And led by scientists at Harvard with support from QEra Computing, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Princeton, the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, and the University of Maryland. All right, Maryland, I see you in there. Claim they created a first of its kind processor that could revolutionize the field of quantum computing. See, I'm not trying to get to the wish. Trying to see exactly what there. Here we go. The Harvard's team research paper titled "Logical Quantum Processor Based on Reconfigurable Atom Arrays" describes a method by which quantum computing processes can be run with error-resistant and ability to overcome noise. Per the paper, these results herald the advent of early error-corrected quantum computation and chart a path toward scale logical processors. All right, layman terms, what does this mean? Let's just go to the top and read more because it will get super confusing for those who don't understand any of it already. So the whole thing about cryptocurrency, that one of the biggest vulnerabilities or threats have been quantum computing. People are saying quantum computing is essentially another way your computers work, solving more algorithms faster and processing things more efficiently, right? That's all it is. It's supercomputing. I think there's only like 3 or 4 on the planet right now, maybe 5 or 6 at this point. A few different colleges, universities, private companies, whatever, right? And they're not there yet as far as their capabilities. They're still being worked on. But every day, every year, quantum computing becomes better, more efficient. There's a lot of people who have this fear that, hey, once we get to a certain level of quantum computing, you'll be able to hack Bitcoin. Because as this article just said, let's see, when it's processing, specifically, let me go down to this little thing. These results herald the advent of early error-corrected quantum computation. Error-corrected, which means that when it's solving algorithms and everything else, it's going to be super efficient because it won't, like, for example, everyone has a computer right now mining for Bitcoin, right? It's mining for Bitcoin. Your computer might not solve the equation. Someone else's might solve it. And it's not solving it because it has to go through so many different variables of what the right equation and algorithm could be, right? Well, quantum computing is saying we're eliminating the wrong variables. We're eliminating everything it can't be, and we're only going through what it could be, thus making this even more efficient and able to solve problems in a faster time scale, which some people say, hey, if this comes out, they can hack the blockchain because they'll be able to essentially backwards engineer and do all this algorithmic equations and go back to the beginning. Now, one thing I always say about that fight is that we're just assuming that all quantum computers and everyone who's working on this are evil and nefarious and they're going to be using it to hack. I don't think it's going to go down that way. Right now, most quantum computers, like I said, are in colleges and things like that. The people who are working on them, for the most part, seem to be decent human beings. They're not trying to take over the world and do all this other crazy stuff. Most of them are just scientists trying to science, right? So it's one of those things like, yeah, if quantum computing, if some of the software and everything else that comes from it gets into the wrong hands, then yes, that may be possible. But I also think the Bitcoin developers and developers of other projects will use the same type of quantum computing to make their projects more secure. Because now you can actually do the same type of stress tests. You can audit it and do those type of cybersecurity steps with quantum computing, and it will make your project so much more secure. So I know everybody has this doom and gloom thing. They're saying quantum computing comes like it's over for the market, but I'm looking at the opposite. I'm like, I mean, do we really think it's just going to be like a Lex Luthor? What's my boy Thanos? Thanos is going to come in and take over all the quantum computers, and like the market will be doomed. Could it happen for projects? Yes, I do think it will for sure. But Will it happen for the entirety of the market? No, I don't think so. And even if it were to happen, you got to remember how criminal it would probably be by that time. I mean, it would be to the point governments would say, "Hey, we're looking for this person. Like, we want to arrest them. We want to, we want to, and we can't arrest them if it's that bad." They might send out the military to be like, "Hey, if you don't want us arrested, there's other moves we can make. All right, we want you to turn yourself in, so we don't got to go looking for you." All right, but my point is, I don't think quantum computing will be the end of all crypto and all this other stuff. I think it's actually going to be the birth of a new section of the market that's going to go like just crazy. Like, the amount of new tech we'll get from it will be nothing compared to what we already have. So I can't wait for it. It's cool to see that advances are still being made. And again, probably 5 to 7, 10 years off before we get anything real from this stuff. But it is coming. So that's a pretty cool thing. All right. Let me look at the last few comments before I call it a day. Let's see. Oh man, you guys are hilarious in these comments. Who y'all? There we go. No cap. You know what's up. Cigar Indian. Andreas Antonopoulos has a great response to quantum computing. You're right. I haven't seen any recent ones, but I remember he covered some videos on quantum computing back in the day. If you all don't know who Andreas, and honestly, Andreas Antonopoulos needs to be on the top 50 list every year. What he's already done, his YouTube videos and everything. Larry Fink didn't amount to that just because he just wanted to do a crypto ETF. Like, get out of here, knock it off. But yeah, if you don't know Andreas Antonopoulos, make sure you check him out. And yeah, watch his channel and look at that his response on quantum computing as well. Let's see. Prospector said blockchains have the highest security encryption. I don't know about ATM and banks. All right, now you're right about that. Okay, I specifically didn't say that. I was specifically focused on blockchain and crypto space. But you are absolutely correct. When you start talking ATM and banks, and I mean, hell, even some personal computers, quantum computing could wreak havoc. I agree with you. I already know where you're going with that. I'm on board with that. If anything, banks will have to step up their cybersecurity. But that's my point. Like, there will be so much that changes within a short amount of time once it's launched. Like you said, what if ATMs and banks do become vulnerable overnight and people are scared to use them? And then people really start going toward Bitcoin and cryptocurrency because it is so safe for things like quantum computing. Like, the whole economy would change overnight. Let's see. Satoshi said something about mining tech getting better. Y'all crazy. Ryan Coop the bill. What's up? So once the cartels get these high-end quantum computers, though, listen, I'm not worried about cartels getting high-end quantum computers. Like, that's not what they're going to go for first. You all are missing it. Cartels, like myself probably, are going to go for the robots first. Whoever gets the first defensive robots are winning the streets. I'm telling you now, it is what it is. The first people who get their hands on the robots are, like, I'm telling you, remember I said this, it's going to change. It's going to change the way people fight. It's going to change the way people have problems with other people in their city. Everything's going to change. But no, it's about getting that first robot. Forget the quantum computer, all that hacking and stuff. Nah, get that robot, program that boy, and say, go there, do this, and come back when you're done. The robot's going to change it all. All right. Let's see. If Bitcoin can be hacked by quantum computing, wouldn't man be in a new paradigm? And that's my point. Like, everything would change so like drastically. Just the hacking wouldn't be the issue anymore. It would be like everything would be messed up. People would be hacking your cell phone left and right. It'll be all over. Have you seen the Tesla robots? Are you joking right now? Listen, I have not seen the Tesla robots, but oh my. I wouldn't trust a Tesla robot. I feel like Elon will put some backdoor shit in there where, like, 6 years after all the robots have been sold, he just pushes a button, their eyes turn red, and it's like, yes, Mr. Musk, we're here to serve you type of deal. I don't trust those Tesla robots right there. All right, other than that, Ryan get it. He said deploy 5 centuries to MLK Avenue and hold tight. Future gonna be crazy. You get what I'm saying? All right. Other than that, that is the show for today. You all can tell what type of movies I be watching, right? I forgot I was that one movie with the robots who are the personal guards. That's Janine said, did you hear yourself say if it falls into the wrong hands? I mean, Oscar much for sure. That's the show for today. Hey, make sure you smash that like and share. For sure, I'll be on Discord this weekend because I am just lounging around for the most part, trying to recover. Next week, I'm actually back on the road. So really quick, next week, Monday and Tuesday, I've been booked for another shoot. I'll be in California this time, but I'll be in was it inland California? Who wants to go there? But I'll be there. Sorry, my San Bernardino folks. I don't mean to mess with you, but I'm gonna mess with you. I'll be inland California. A bunch of woods and forests are there. So long story short, I'm doing an ATV shoot. People are gonna have me on ATVs wilding out, be looking like Meek Mill. I might play Dreams and Nightmares while I'm driving and stuff. I don't know. But I'll be on ATVs. I'll be outside. I'll be in the woods and all that good stuff. So again, service may be spotty. So Monday and Tuesday, you might not see me. Of course, I'll try to get to the show if possible. But again, I might not. So if that's the case, I will see you all back here live and direct on Wednesday. If I can't do the Monday and Tuesday show, make sure you're in Discord. I would definitely drop in the Discord because again, last time I was on a ship, so I didn't have phone service, nor could I bring out my phone like that for like top secret, classified, all that reasons. Like Lockheed don't want all their proprietary information. I understand that. This one, I'm allowed to have my phone, I'm pretty sure. But again, I might be in the woods the whole time. So if it's spotty, I won't be able to do anything. But at nighttime, when I get back to the hotel, I'll make sure I jump in. And yeah, this weekend, I got to sort out that whole Discord, erase all the old stuff, put all the new stuff on there. So again, I'll see you there. Smash a like and share. Can't wait till next week. Hey, listen, the market's heating up, people. Dollar cost average, dollar cost average, dollar cost average. And I know the podcast wasn't updated. That last week one was so long. I've tried to upload it like 4 or 5 times now. It keeps giving me issues. I'm going to try again right now with this one behind it. But be on the lookout for those updates. Smash a like.